Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this second Blitz challenge that we have had. The first one was extremely exciting. We had the young Indian talent D. Gukesh, the second youngest GM in the history of world chess, who scored 6 out of 6 and beat just about everyone in that event. And today we have a very special player who's going to play against all of you. Let me just share his picture with you. He's the current world junior champion and he is Grandmaster Evgeny Shtembuliak, and he's going to play against all of you today. And well, in order to play against him, we have the link in the description, so you need to go there. And please bear in mind that only premium members of ChessBase can play against Evgeny. So if you aren't one already, then you can consider doing that. And his ID is Shtembuliak. Yeah. And you can challenge him to 3+2 game. So I guess if everything is set, then it would be a good time to call Evgeny. Let me just sure. Hi Evgeny, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Doing good. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Are you ready to take on this challenge? Yeah, today people are all waiting to beat you.
yeah, I'm gonna take it very seriously.
Well, it's going to be fun. We are looking forward to some brilliant positional games, some amazing tactical ideas, and it will be fun. So the idea is, Evgeny, that you will be in the Blitz challenge room, and you will pick up the challenges of anyone whom you think is you would like to
Okay.
play. Uh, and while you are playing, you will mute
hmm
your sound, so I'll be
hmm
commentating and I'll be trying to explain to the viewers, and after the game
hmm
we will analyze it for a few minutes, and then you will go
Okay.
to the second game.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. So let's
Yeah.
begin. Who would you
Okay.
let me share my screen with you, so that after the game we can analyze it for that purpose, but you need to focus on
Okay.
your screen. So I'm here, and let me know whom are you going to play with, so I can follow you.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna play versus AD Red Guitar.
Okay. Adi ready, Tarun?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go. And you can mute me. Have you muted me, Evgeny? Okay, he's muted me. He can't hear me. So here we go. Oh, Evgeny has played one c4, and that is exciting. Well, let's see if Adi ready Tarun is here. Seems like Tarun was not ready for this game, and he was not. He's surprised that. By the way, this young boy, Adi Reddy Tarun, is a very talented youngster. I think Evgeny, you can abort. Oh, he's played. He's played. He played e5. He saw that the game has begun. I think he was watching the stream. Knight c3. And guys, Evgeny is a brilliant English player. So to see this game from him live is going to be so much fun. Knight f3, knight c6. He's taught us e3. Is he going to play that? Knight c6, e3. Wow. You see, he taught us this and now he's playing it. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this amazing? What is black going to play? Let's see. If bishop b4, Yevgeny had said you should go queen c2. If d5, then cd, knight d5, bishop b5 gives white a small edge. I'm excited. Oh, he plays bishop e7, now d4. No, no, no. Queen b3, yeah, stopping d5. My memory is a little bit too weak. he had told d5, then ed. If you play d4, ed d5 is equalizing. So queen b3 stopping d5. Now d6 castles. Already it seems like white has a small edge. And look at the time advantage. Evgeny has 3 minutes and Adi Reddy Tarun is down to 1 minute 38 seconds. There is a 2-second increment. So that's not a big issue. Okay, d4. Rook b8 is a nice move so that you can move your bishop away. But okay, can you go bishop g4? The threat is to take on f3 and take on d4. But I think Evgeny will just play bishop e3 or rook d1. Yeah, bishop e3 seems good. And next he will bring in his other rook. a6. Well, you're just playing too passive. You're playing too passive here. His name, guys, is Shtembuliak. You can see here. That's his ID. You can challenge him through that. And the link is in the description. a6 was played. I think h3. And he will put his rook on d1 and e1. That's what I believe he will do. He'll get this rook to d1, the other rook to e1. Bishop h5. I prefer white's position already. He has space. But black is solid, you know. And Adi Reddy Tarun is a youngster from Tamil Nadu, if I'm not wrong. And he's a good player. Okay, d5. He gained space there. What if you play knight a5, attacking the queen and the pawn? Maybe queen a4 just attacks the knight. Yeah. So knight e5 looks normal. But then knight e5, knight into e5 was coming, and then f7 was an intermediate move. But now white has two bishops. White has two bishops, and this is danger because next f4 may come in. b6. Okay, he's going to go f4, I'm sure. No? Or is he going to improve his position further? Yes, Ayushi, what's the question? Please let me know. Queen c2, 97, and can you go f4? Yeah, f4, knight g6, and now maybe bishop d3. Look at how he's like a boa constrictor, gaining space in the position. Rook a e1. Yeah, bishop f6. Black is like trying to play with the limited space on the board. Bishop f6. Okay, bishop f3. I would have put my bishop on d3, but then it gets hit with knight c5. So Evgeny played it on f3, and now rook e8. Maybe some tricks like rook takes e3, rook takes e3, bishop d4, pinning the rook. So maybe king h1 can be a good idea. Well, Adi Reddy Tarun is definitely giving him a good fight here. He's from Telangana. Okay, okay. Knight to e4. Okay, that is a nice move. And I think you can pick up another bishop with knight takes f6. I'm sure he's thinking of that. And then you can maybe even play b4 and push the knight further away. Wouldn't that be good? To just play b4. Yeah, he's pushed him away. Okay, Ayushi. Okay, we will discuss the English in a bit. So knight d7 was played and g3. Now you have the bishop pair. Bishop against knight. Bishop f2. He will play his king to g2. I know how Evgeny likes to play. Yeah, like slow chess, calmly. Oh, h4. h4. Guys, this is high class training in how to play with space advantage. I think he will also take there on e8 and then play h5. Ooh, we are learning something from the best in the business. And maybe h6. How do you like that? Creating some weakness on the queen king side. Queen e2. Pinning the knight. King f8. Okay, he plays knight f6. Oh man, I don't like black's position at all. I don't like it. Knight c8. I don't think he'll exchange the queens. He'll keep the queens. Oh, he exchanges the queens. This is confidence. This is confidence. He knows his bishops will dominate the knights. f6. Let's see. Bishop g4. Man, he's such an amazing endgame player. Can't believe. I mean, if we're going to see such games today, imagine how much are we going to learn from him. King f8. h6. Okay. Now, should you take or should you play g6? Oh, more space gaining. More space gaining. I think Evgeny doesn't worry that he will be somehow outplayed there. I mean, he won't have a breakthrough there because he knows that c5 can anytime be played. But now knight f6 might start attacking the h5 weakness. Did he play g6 a little bit too carelessly or what? Down to 30 seconds now, Evgeny. Ooh. c5. Oh, he's trying to fight back. D into c6. Knight c6. Bishop c3. Knight c7. Oh, f5 is lost. Oh, he's lost a pawn under pressure. Already it was very difficult, and now he'll take and play a5. Will he? Or should he not? What will he play? Maybe bishop e4. Ah. Knight d8. Takes, and a5. guys. This is great play. He's a pawn up. Knight c6. Now that the knight may come to a6, so should be careful. d4, bishop d2. Is knight d5 a possible move? Yeah, I know bishop b5 is coming, so he won't play it. But bishop e4, now king e2, king d3. So systematic, yeah, he's so systematic. I'm actually so impressed with his play. King into d4, take that pawn. Knight e6, king e3. Just no hassles. Bishop c3, now g7. Look at that weakness which was fixed there. That is being attacked. Knight g5, bishop d, keeping the bishops. Oh, he's taken it. And yeah, you may win the b4 pawn, but well, the knights are tricky, but the bishops are stronger. I know in Blitz the knights can really be tricky. Oh, he takes on h6, and now these three pawns are just too difficult to stop. Too tough. g7, g8 queen. Yeah. Great game by Evgeny. Well fought by Adi Reddy Tarun, but well, still not giving up. Check. And yeah, you lose the knight. No stalemates, yeah? There won't be any stalemates. Knight b6, queen a3. Should we do? Knight a4. Is there a mate somewhere around the corner? Queen d6, b4, bishop d3. And yeah, queen a6 mate. Wow. What a game. Evgeny, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Man, that was what a start to today's session. You played a game which was like, first of all, the opening which you taught us. Then secondly, you gained space. You then showed the power of two bishops. Man, and every time he was putting a piece in front of you to exchange, I thought you may not exchange and you would exchange it. Like the rooks, queens. Can you just
Yeah.
take us through the
Mhm.
game and explain us a few things? Like,
Okay.
can you see my screen?
So yeah, I can see your screen. So the opening is this line queen b3 that I showed
Yes.
you last time. So
Stopping
the idea is to
d5.
prevent d5. Yeah.
Because if d4, then d5 is okay for black.
Yeah.
So you play queen b3, castles, bishop e2.
Bishop e2, d4, and after d4, white is already better.
I agree. Takes, bishop g4, and now first bishop e3,
Yeah.
h3, and you went d5. And I was
Yeah, d5 is a
thinking,
very typical move.
is this a possibility?
Yeah, knight a5. I thought about this move, but here I just play queen a4, and
Yeah,
I hit the knight.
yeah, exactly. This is, and you hit the knight because if you go queen c2, maybe he can take on f3 and then c4 may hang.
Yeah,
So you won't do that. But queen
good
a4
position
is
for
strong.
black. Yeah.
And what about knight e5 here?
So knight e5, I would just take on e5, and if he takes on e2, then I have this in between knight f7,
Ah.
and I win the pawn.
And if he takes back, then already this is better for you.
Uh, yeah, then I just take on h5, and this position is much better for white. I can just play c5 here. Yeah.
Okay, takes, and c5. Okay.
Yeah, c5 followed by rook d1 and d6, and black is in trouble.
Bishop f3 takes knight e5, bishop e2, b6, queen
Yeah,
c2.
b6 is not the move that you want to play, because when you go b6, he just weakens the c6 square and he weakens the whole queen side. So later in the game, is like because of this move b6, it's gonna be much harder for him to defend.
Yeah, yeah. And what I liked very much, Evgeny, is how you kept control here because there were some threats of rook into e3 and bishop d4.
Yeah.
So you
Hmm.
played knight e4, then you took on f6, and now b4 and g3. Yeah, this is a classy move. Like just slowly improving, not hurrying for anything.
Yeah, my idea was to just cut off all his knights. And since his queen side is extremely weak, I don't really mind trading all the rooks and queens, because like in the end game, it's gonna be almost impossible for him to hold. Like his knights don't have any squares, and he has too many weaknesses.
Yeah, I was here thinking you may go h6 here, and then
Oh, uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, h6, yeah, is a nice move. I just didn't see it. I just wanted to go g4, g5.
Ah, okay. Because I thought you'll try for a mating attack, and then when he played knight c8, I was pretty sure that you will not exchange the queens, but you just exchanged it. And I was like, this man doesn't feel afraid of going into any end games. Yeah, like that there might be drawing chances for the opponent.
But to be honest, there is no like drawing chances. I just played g5, and his knight on e8 is not going anywhere. The
True.
funny thing is that whenever he will play g6, I will play h6, and his knight doesn't have any squares. So the only square, like the only way his knight can get out is by playing c6 or c5 at some point.
Which he did in the game, but it also weakened
Yeah.
things. Here, I was a little bit tensed because he was coming knight f6 and attacking your pawn on h5. Mm, but
But the thing is that after bishop d4, if he goes knight f6, it might seem like a fortress, but it's not, because I just take on f6, and then I play a5, and I fix that weakness on a6,
amazing.
and this is just an easy win.
So after
Yeah.
take, the knight will never be able to move because first of
Yeah.
all this is hanging or bishop c8 and this hangs. So he
Hmm.
has to wait there and you will slowly get in your king.
Yeah, and then I will play c5, bishop c5, I will take cd, cd, and I will play bishop d7, bishop c6, bishop b7, and I will pick up that pawn on a6.
Too good, too good. Okay, he went c5, and now I think I don't think we need to discuss it after this point because you got a passer, you're a pawn up, there is a weakness
Yeah.
here. Of course, I think guys, everyone should learn how he controlled the position, never panicked for even once, played a brilliant game. Yevgeny, time for second game number 2.
Okay. So should I tell you who I'm playing?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna be playing James Knight.
Oh, James Knight, fantastic. That's going to be interesting. You know, he was, his name is Sujit Varghese, and it's going to be nice fun. He was one of our sponsors for the Knighthood Blitz, one of the biggest Blitz. So let's go.
Oh, cool. Okay, we already started the game.
Okay, you started. And you can mute your
Mm-hmm.
sound. So
Okay.
James Knight is white. That's Sujit Varghese. He's played d4 and g6. Sujit is a strong player, but I'm interested to see how he fights against Evgeny today. Bishop g7. Uh, the challenge can be rated. That's fine. Akshay Nathu says, Sagar, I'm starting a campaign to promote India's Olympiad matches like I do for Cricket World Cup to increase chess awareness. Kindly post the Olympiad rule explainer video on Twitter as well for reach. So excited. Okay, Akshay. For sure. For sure. Thank you for doing this. So, Bishop b2, d6, and he's played the King's Indian setup. Knight moves to c6. And Sujit is very solid, yeah. Sujit is like, I'm going to play solid chess. By the way, d into e5, that doesn't drop a pawn because d into e5 will be met with knight g4. That's the point. That's the point. Yeah, knight g4 or knight d7. Yeah, knight g4. But I usually like such. I mean, the bishop should be on e2, not d3 somehow. On d3, the bishop looks slightly misplaced because knight into e5 hits that bishop, and I don't want to give that bishop up. Okay, knight e5. I think white should take. Knight e5, and now threat is knight f3 check, guys. Knight f3 check. Oh, tactics are going to come in. Bishop e2, knight f3, and bishop b2. Ooh, missed. Sujit has missed that. Ah. That's always the problem. Tactics, tactics, tactics. And as they always say, chess is 99% tactics. Dhanush Ram says, mute Shtembuliak. If you hear Sagar commenting, you will lose your quality of play. Well, I told him to mute it. So that's why he's playing so well. Queen a1. What do? f5. Okay, queen e7. He doesn't like to create weaknesses in the position. c4 and queen e5. Oh, when you are ahead in material exchange. Now let's learn from Evgeny how to convert a winning position. So c6, stopping, blunting that bishop on f3 so that you can move your bishop. Sujit is fighting hard. He's brought his rook to bear down the d6 weakness. Bishop f5, and now maybe just knight f1, knight g3. Try for play there, but white's position doesn't have weaknesses as such to attack. But I think Evgeny is, look, he played his f rook so that his a rook he can use to attack a5, a4, and also d5 can be a possible move. So calm, yeah, so calm. Well, this was King's Indian, yeah, like because white played d4 and black played knight f6, g6, bg7, so it's like a King's Indian setup. Knight e2, d5, yeah, breaking at the right time. Maybe c5 should be played so that you keep the position closed. Well, exchanging maybe not the best idea. Oh, sorry. d5. Knight d4, yeah, rook d8, and now c5 is coming in. b4. Still, I guess he'll play c5. Just, or maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see what decision he makes here. Queen e4. Okay. Queen c3. Patience in such positions is key. Yeah, don't try to go. What is if rook g5? Can you play rook g5 here? Yeah, f3 has to be played. Just creating small weaknesses in the position. That's his style. That's his style. f3, queen e5 maybe. Guys, if any of you would like to play against Shtembuliak, come in the room that is in the description in the link. And also you need to be a ChessBase account premium member to play against him. Oh, it's a rook blunder. Time to resign, time to call it a day. Well, that was a tough game. Queen f2, this time now the mate cannot be prevented. Queen g1 mate. Queen g3 mate. Okay, nice. Nice. Yevgeny, how was the game?
The game. I mean, the game went bad for him. Like after the beginning, like he just blundered on b2, and after that, the game is basically over. And just in general, I don't like this bishop d3 move whenever I have my pawn on g6. I would rather put my bishop on e2 because the bishop is more flexible there. And whenever I promote d6 and e5, I'm never gonna have that fork with e4. So, and also the bishop on d3 is just like not playing well on that b1 h7 diagonal because my pawns on g6 and h7, they shut down the bishop.
Nice. That is an important thing to learn. Also, I wanted to add that if we do the same thing that happened in the game, let's say knight c6, castles, e5, de, knight g4, then I think after c4 takes, knight c3, this is quite a fine position for white. But with the
Yeah, I think
bishop,
that white is slightly better here.
yeah, but with the bishop on d3, you always had this option to take, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see what happened in the game. He went bishop d3, b3, d6, knight c6, castles, e5, and yeah, this is knight g4, h3.
Yeah, h3 is also like h3 is kind of a waste of time because I'm gonna take on e5 anyway. So h3 he just like helps me to take on e5 and also creates a weakness.
Yeah.
So because for instance, like later in the game h3, I took on e5. Let's say here he plays queen c1 to defend the bishop on b2. Now I can go queen h4. And I have some ideas like bishop takes h3. So h3 is a big weakness.
Yeah, you can just feel it that Yevgeny gives a lot of importance to little pawn weaknesses, pawn moves, and also here I think this was a tactical mistake, and then
Yeah.
he lost an exchange. I also like the way you converted the position. First centralized the queen, blunted his bishop, brought out your piece, got this rook here. Why did you play your f rook and not the a rook?
Because whenever like I thought about promoting d5, and in that case, if I take cd, I wanted to have my rook on the c file.
Ah, okay. So these are split decisions, split second decisions, which are made more intuitively. I think here he should
Yeah.
have played c5, right?
Yeah, he should have played c5, but I mean the position is still losing. I
Yeah,
would just
of
go
course.
a5,
Of course, it's
and
losing, and you will convert
after
this.
knight d4, I would just put my bishop on d7, and then at some point, I would just start pushing my h and g pawns.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So he took bishop takes, and yeah, this was an easy win. And then you, okay, he blundered a rook.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's 2 out of 2 for Yevgeny. Let's see whom are you choosing next. There are a few strong players as well, but you can choose the ones you like.
Okay, I'm playing versus Padmaesh.
Ah, Padmaesh. Okay, Padmaesh
Okay,
also got a chance to play with Gukesh last time, so it's going to be fun. Let's see.
okay, I'm muting myself.
Okay. e4 by Padmash. g6. Oh, he likes to play the modern. Yeah, Sujit, well played, well fought. Oh, he played e5. Look at this line. Actually, this is something that you guys can learn from Evgeny. I just want to show before we move ahead, so that here g6. This is something that Yasser Sairavan also allowed to play. The point is that after takes, you take back with the pawn and you are okay to play this endgame. And then you will go c6 and you will put your king on c7. That's the idea. Okay, but Padmash doesn't take on e5 and he plays d5. Again, a very positional system. If you look at it, it's a very positional way to play. Knight a6. And now, can we put our knight on e7 or f6? That is the question. And the knight on a6 may go to c5. It's going to be great, very interesting. Padmash is taking his time. I don't know what is he thinking. Yeah, kid again. I would say Ilam Parthi. This is not kid. This is more like modern, or you can say more like. Without the knight on f6, it doesn't give you a king's Indian defense like a feel. Oh, bg5? Knight e7 maybe, or f6? What shall we play? I like f6. Just push the bishop away. But Evgeny is not the kind of player who likes to make moves like f6. Let's see. Maybe knight f6 also possible. f6. Okay, bishop e3. Yeah, bishop e3 and then knight e7. Oh, he plays bishop h6. Oh, nice move. That bishop was bad on g7. You exchange it. Wow. Wow, that was a nice move. That was a nice move. Now you got rid of your poor piece on g7. So positionally you are okay. But white's position is also nice. I like white's position in general. b3. Okay. Maybe he wants to play a3, b4 at some point. f5. And then he wants to put his knight on f6. Bishop d3. Would he play f4? I like this move, f4. Closing things down and then going g5, g4. What do you think? Will he play that? I believe so. Again, it suits his style. It suits his nice positional style. Oh, he takes on d3. Interesting. I would have never taken that bishop. We need to ask Evgeny, why did he take that bishop? Why? I guess white has a nice position here, no? Or bishop f5. I mean, e into f5, bishop f5 seems okay for black. This is a tough fight, but look at his time management. He's always ahead on time. He has 1 minute extra. And now f4 maybe. I still like this move f4 somehow. But Evgeny is not so keen. He wants to keep the pressure in the position. Maybe knight d2. Yeah, rook a d1. Knight. There is a plan like knight h5, knight f4 in such positions. But oh, he plays knight h5. Okay, nice. Nice. Knight f4 is the next plan. And now, how should white continue is the question. E into f5, maybe bishop f5. Okay, knight d2. And now knight f4. Knight f4 and queen g5 might be dangerous. You may have to put your queen in a precarious situation here. But you know, if white gets one move here, oh, he plays queen g5. If e into f5, what's the plan? Knight f4, queen f1. Can you play e into f5? I think he will play gf5 because if you take with the bishop, he gets the e4 square. Okay, f3. Oh, that was the trick. Look at his tactical awareness. I was just thinking knight f4, queen f4, king, queen f1, but he saw it. Too good. Too good. Rook e3, knight c5. Oh. Oh, he's attacking c7. Yes, I mean, Yevgeny's every position is in control. Everything is in control for him. Brilliant chess. A3. I was so impressive, yeah. This queen g5, queen g2. How to play? Fe. Fe. Can you go bishop a6 and try to exchange that knight? But you know, bishop a6 somehow misplaces that bishop somehow. And Yevgeny never likes to do that. Let's see what he does. Maybe bg4, rook f1 is the idea. He's thinking. This knight on b5 is definitely irritating. I would play bishop a6 to get rid of it. But then I'm not the world junior champion, am I? bg4. Okay. Rook f1. What's the plan? Hey, you blundered a rook. That's what happens under pressure. You blunder. You blunder. And yeah. Takes. B takes. Now I was thinking rook f1 and then some. Maybe he would have gone rook f8 there. Yeah. a4, now rook f8, and now rook f2 is coming in. bg4. Wow. He's so clinical. He's so clinical. So clinical, man. This was too good. Yevgeny.
Oh, like this was a shaky game. Like at some point, I just blundered a pawn when I played f5.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't very very good. Like he could have just taken the pawn on e5, and like I totally forget about that.
He could have taken the pawn on e5. Oh, knight c5 was hanging.
Yeah, knight c5 was hanging. Like I made the move and then I noticed that I just blundered the pawn.
Oh, let me just check the game. By the way, tell us a bit about this opening system. I know Yasser Sairavan is a big fan of it. I mean, he likes to play. I don't know. Some other players also play it.
Yeah, I also play this line a lot. But okay, here we just transpose to some King's Indian positions. So yeah, like it's not Beards anymore.
So if you take you
Yeah, take back with the pawn.
and you are okay to play this endgame.
Yeah, because I mean my king on this on d8, yeah, it's probably like not the best thing in my position. But from the other side I get this d4 square.
Yeah, you can park your king here and this square is a weakness.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, look at this line. Maybe it can be useful for some positional players here. a5. This is to secure the c5 square, and I think you thought for a while here, thinking about, I guess, these three options.
Yeah. I thought of knight e7 at f6. Yeah, knight e7 I thought, because bishop g5 is a weird move.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure, like, well, what's the best. I felt like f6 should be the best. And also after f6, maybe instead of bishop h6, I also could have played knight h6.
Yeah, I was actually, I never considered this move. I was like, you may go knight e7 and castle or something, and then you played bishop h6, and I was like, look at this positional decision by Yevgeny. His bishop is...
But okay, to be honest, I think that bishop h6 is not the best. I think knight h6 is much better. And in that case, you have to go h3, and I can place my knight on f7, and I can promote f5.
Okay.
Yeah, and in this case, my knight is even better than on e7, because the knight from f7 controls more squares. And it will help me to, like, after, let's say I close the position with f4, the knight will help me to push my pawns.
Yes, this is a very well-placed knight, because it helps in the attack. Yeah, bishop h6, takes. And here the problem is you are a little bit behind in development. And after
Yes.
b3, yeah, this came
Like
as
in this
a
position,
very unexpected move, f5.
yeah, like I should have started with queen e7 and then played f5, and then I'm totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I played f5 immediately, and then I realized that like everything is hanging. I'm just not on time for all this, and I like started calculating different lines, like knight x e5, even e takes f5, and then knight x followed by knight x e5. So I mean, I wasn't really sure what to do here.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been a good move for your opponent, knight into e5, because if he takes queen into c5 and then white is clearly
Yeah.
better. Uh,
So yeah, in this position, like I would go queen e7,
uh,
and like it's still not that bad for me because b3 was a waste of time. Like so, I'm probably worse there, but I have good compensation, I think.
yeah. f5, bishop, and here I was very surprised by your decision to take this guy. I was thinking you will go f4.
The problem is f4 is that I mean the problem in this position is my knight c5. Like if I allow him to put the bishop on c2 and then play a3 before at some point, then my knight won't have any good squares.
Okay.
So yeah, I just decided that I'm just gonna take the bishop, and also in this case, I don't have to worry about knight takes e5 anymore.
Okay, takes knight f6. Padma says queen f6 is your opponent in the chat says queen f6 is possible after knight into e5. Is it true?
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah. Queen f6. Oh
So,
wow, queen f6 is a good move. I didn't see it. Yeah, because now yeah, he's got this pawn on b3 and it totally messes it up. But here he can go f4, I think.
oh, that would
Oh,
be
okay,
very complicated.
but no, I mean knight takes e4. Okay, he can sacrifice the knight. Knight takes e4 if queen takes e4. And if I take on e5, he takes with a pawn. And yeah, this would be very interesting. But I'm not a big fan of this position for black.
What about first e into f5, bishop f5, and now knight e5? Now maybe queen
Yeah,
f6
here I would
doesn't
go
work.
queen e7. Queen e7, you have to go to f3. And now I can exchange the queens and play knight f6.
Some compensation.
Yeah, I mean, I have some compensation, but obviously white is much better. Like knight d4, then bishop e2, king d2, rook f1. Yeah, and white is just better.
Yeah, very nice. So bishop d3 takes knight f6, castles, rook e1, and yeah, I was very much wanting you to go f4 and then launch the pawns down, but you never chose that move. Any reasons particular?
Yeah, because we already exchanged a lot of minor pieces, so that attack is not going to be like that dangerous anymore. And also, he doesn't have a pawn on f3, so even if I get my pawn to g4, like it's still not a checkmate. He will just move the knight to d2. Like even if I get my pawn to g4, it's still not such a big deal. And also, he will have a lot of counterplay after c5. Like c5, since my pawn is already on a5, b5 is weakened, so he will go c5, he will take d6, he will launch the knight to b5, and I might be like much worse there. So my attack is not on time.
Wow.
So and actually before he played rook e1, I think he should have played c5 for sure.
c5.
Like yeah, in this position. Yeah, but most probably it's just equal. Like I can take everything on e4 and play something like bishop f5. And like I don't really have any problems in this position.
True. Okay. Rook f e1.
Yeah, but after I play b6, I think I should be slightly better already because he doesn't really have any counterplay. It's not clear what he's supposed to do.
And Evgeny, when you played queen g5, I was like, still no threat in the position because knight f4 will be met with queen f1, and I was like, here everything is under control, and said, okay, f3, solid chess, and suddenly, all of a sudden, queen into g2, very sharp. Yeah, you were very alert, and yeah, after this, I think you had it in under control.
I'm not sure about my fe move. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
I would rather go f4 in this position because or maybe not move the pawn at all. Because like when I take fe, like I have an extra pawn, but like that extra pawn on g6 is not such a big deal. And here after bishop g4, rook f1, he still have very good chances. Like he has good compensation.
Yeah.
Because he could
Also,
have played.
I was thinking you may go bishop a6, but you don't like to place your pieces on awkward squares. I get that feeling.
Yeah, and also here before I wasn't sure what to do after before. Because if I take b5, he takes c5.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really like fe because I release the tension.
Yes.
The tensions for no reason. Yeah.
Take. Bishop g4, b4.
Yeah, but here he just
Yeah, he
blundered the
blundered
rook.
this. I think rook f1, but you would have gone rook f8, right?
Yeah, rook f8, and here I thought before. Yeah, I would just take knight a6, and he can try something like rook b3.
Yeah. But it looks
And
you
here,
should be better clearly here, no?
yeah, for sure,
Maybe
but still, like,
bd7 now possible to get rid of this guy.
yeah, but like the only thing that I didn't like is my knight on a6.
Yeah.
Like if I can get my knight out, then yeah, I'm completely winning. But it still takes some time, and like I have to be very careful.
True. Okay, this was a complex game. Yeah, like it seemed smooth, but after analyzing with you, I
Yeah.
understand there were a lot of subtleties. And the thing I like so much, and I learned myself, is how in this position you really don't want to close things with f4, because after, let's say, queen e2, this bishop c2 a3 b4 can be a real threat, and you're taking your opponent's threats very seriously. This is something that is very much worth learning from Evgeny, how he does that. Too good. Okay, 3 out of 3. Is there someone who can snatch at least a half point from Evgeny? Let's have a look. Who's your next opponent?
Okay. My next opponent is Hiki.
Hickey. Okay. Let's go. Wow. Hickey, I don't know. I think he's a strong player. Hickey, who is he? Let me just check. Not statistics, profile, picture. Soham. Oh, Soham Kamotra. Guys, and Shtembuliak is white. With the English again. With the English. Knight f3. By the way, Soham Kamotra is top rated player from Jammu Kashmir. He's the top rated player. So this is going to be fun. Bishop b7, e6. I have a nice interview with him on the ChessBase India channel. Queen d4. Oh, he takes with the queen, not with the knight. He doesn't want to exchange the bishops. So queen takes d4. Jadeja Vijay Singh, Unacademy launched chess course. What do you think? Well, I feel that it's good for chess that new people are coming in, and would be nice. Vishy Anand is also collaborating with them, which is great news. a6. Okay, isn't bishop e3 a problem here? Oh, bishop c5. Okay. What to do now? So black is going to play d6 and play this hedgehog kind of a structure. Rook d1. Okay. And maybe castle d6. You have to be careful here, yeah, because there are some tricks happening on the diagonal. Your bishop on b7 is undefended, but I don't see anything happening for now. b3 was played by Evgeny. He wants to put his bishop on a3, and just in time knight d7, so that bishop a3 can be met with knight c5. Okay, Soham is doing a good job right now to keep his opponent at bay. Everything looks okay. Will he play bishop b2? Will he play e4? By the way, e4 is a very common Maragzi structure. And then you put your bishop on b2, queen on e3. It's a common way to play. Bishop a3. What's happening? Knight c5? I'm not sure why he did that. Rook a c1. Castles, yeah. I like black's position. I mean, in general, white is completely fine, but I like he will place queen to c7, rook f d8, rook a c8. Let's see how Evgeny is going to. And by the way, he's down on time, so this is going to be a tough one for him. Queen f4. Okay. Yeah, queen c7 makes complete sense there. The queen belongs on c7. Next, you can go rook a c8, rook f d8. That bishop on a3 looks little shaky for sure here. Oh, b4. b4. That's dangerous chess because the c4 square is weakened now. Knight d7. You should have something very concrete if you're going to play this way. Otherwise, c4 square is weak. Let's see. How do you continue? Oh, look at the time. He's down to 1 minute 6 seconds. He's running down on time. d5. Okay. That's very. He wanted to be very specific. Now ba, and does he want to put his knight on b5? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Soham is already has an edge for sure. I mean, look at black's position. His pieces are nicely coordinated. And the c5 square is also gone. Would you play a5 now? Fix everything? I like a5. AB is still not so great. AB, knight b5, and it attacks the queen. Rook f d8, knight d4. Now Evgeny is starting to play quick. He wants that c6 square. Weakness. That weakness. He's going to attack that. Knight d4, knight g4. Oh. Knight g4. No, but just queen d2, right? Queen is not you're not losing your queen or anything like that. Knight g4. But then knight e5 and then it attacks c4. My god. My god, this is big trouble. It's big trouble. Evgeny plays queen f4, bishop g2, king g2. And now queen b7 check. Okay, queen f3 maybe now is possible, but you see the c4 pawn is so weak. King g1, knight e5. He's attacked c4, and knight c6 means you lose a pawn. Also ab5 is now a threat. He takes on a6. Rook a6 perhaps. Knight b5. Oh, knight cb5. Some play flowing in. Some play flowing in for white. Now the d6 and Evgeny, look at his concentration. Very concentrated. Of course, every game is very important for them. h6 with the idea of bishop g5, h4 stopping it. f5. Does that weaken a few squares? I'm not so sure about that move, but Evgeny is running low on time. Play. What are you doing? He takes on d6. Oh, is there some tactic? Bishop d6, bishop c5. Oh, takes with the rook. Queen e5. Oh, he blundered a piece there. Yeah, now just take on a3 and his piece down. Well, Soham managed to bishop f6, queen d6, and yeah, rook into a3. Well, some tricks still going on. And Yeah, now just trying to make sure that everything is under control. Is there some kind of a perpetual here? Knight f6? Because if you play gf6, maybe queen b8. Oh, man, is this some kind of a perpetual? Queen c7? King into f6? Oh, but he goes king g7 and I think he wriggles out. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was too much. Knight takes this.
Yeah, you played some risky chess there. It was a very interesting game. I think your opponent also played quite strong.
Yeah, he played it incredibly well.
He played incredible.
Like at some point, I thought that I already outplayed him when I put my pawn on b5. I thought I will just go knight d4 and I will get the c6 square.
Yeah.
But it wasn't easy at all. Like he found all the best moves, I think.
Well, he's there's this state of Jammu Kashmir in India, and he's the top rated player from there. Young guy, Soham, and I thought that in the opening, this bishop a3. Do you think that's normal or?
Like I don't remember like the theory here.
Okay.
I don't know. Bishop a3. Like sometimes people play this move. I'm not sure if it's like correct in this position or not.
Knight c5, rook c1, queen f4, queen c7, b4. Yeah, you pushed him back. This was already risky because it does weaken the c4 square, right?
Yeah, but from the other side, like the idea is to play b5, and I want to win the c6 square. Like the only problem is that I cannot go knight d4 immediately because he will meet me with e5. So yeah, but I think at some point I was a bit better. I'm not sure though. Okay, b5, so knight c5. Yeah, queen e3. I just want to go. Probably queen e3 wasn't the best move because I forgot that after I go knight d4, he will have this like knight g4, knight e5.
Yeah, that was a very critical idea that he had. Otherwise, your knight will
Yeah.
just sit here and it would be quite a monster.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he played well after queen e3.
d8.
Yeah, rook d8, and now maybe after rook d8 I should have played h3.
Stopping knight g4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then knight d4. Yeah, because I think this position should be better for white. Because he cannot really. I mean, he can take on b5, then take with a knight. I mean, or maybe not better. I don't know. Like even if it's better, it's just like very like slightly better.
Very slightly better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So knight d4, he played knight g4, and yeah, now the problem is that after knight e5 he also attacks your c4 pawn.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you consider going queen f3 here or not really?
Yeah, queen f3 I saw that doesn't really work because he takes on f3. And now like I would want to take with the pawn, but after knight e5, c4 is hanging. So yeah, that's the problem. So yeah, here I think ba was the correct move. Knight b5 was also good.
I like how you think this position is still very complex. Like it's
Yeah. Like this position is extremely complex.
Nice. This is a lot
Like
to
it's
learn
even hard.
already for me because I usually think that if black gets a square like c5, he should be completely fine. But I guess you also have some squares to play for.
Yeah, like my pieces are still like a bit more active. Like when I play knight b5, like my pawn structure. I mean, I'm not sure if it's better, but like yeah. I mean, it's just very complicated.
Okay.
So he played h6, which is an interesting move, and then he played f5, which is also quite an interesting move.
I didn't understand f5. I thought it was kind of weakening. It sort of weakened.
From one side, yeah, it might be like weakening, but from the other side, he might play g5, and then he may put his king on f7 and play rook h8. So f5 is also quite a typical move in such positions. So yeah, f5 actually I think is even like a very good move. Also, he cuts off my knight from c3, so like At some point, I was considering such moves like bishop takes c5 followed by knight e4.
Okay.
And after he played f5, he just stopped this. Yeah.
Your
So
opponent is
f5,
in
I
the
think.
chat, and he says after b5 he thought that white was better in the game when you played
Okay.
b5. f5.
Yeah, f5 I think is a very strong move. And here, yeah, I don't know. I decided to sacrifice an exchange, but I totally forgot that my bishop on a3 was hanging. I forgot about that he can take with the rook on d6. I thought he has to take with the bishop, and then I sacrifice an exchange, and then I take on e5.
You
And
mean
I mean, even here,
this?
yeah, even here, like this is not what I want, but
Yeah.
I thought that for Blitz it might be interesting.
Yeah, but rook d6 was a nice move because
Yeah, rook d6, he just wins a piece. Yeah, just totally blundered it. Oh wait a second. After rook d6, I could have taken on c5. I just noticed it now. But in this case, he can go knight g6.
But knight g6. Okay.
Maybe, yeah, and here I have to go queen d6. I don't really see any other moves. Yeah, bishop takes, and here,
Not a bad
I mean,
position for you. I mean,
yeah, not a bad position. Much better than the king
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But still, yeah, great game by him. Like he played incredibly well.
Queen e5, and yeah, here he won a piece. And here, I thought you got a final chance here with knight into f6.
Yeah, but after king f7, like his king just runs
Because
away.
if he takes
Yeah.
with the pawn, then queen b8, and this is winning for you, I guess. No, not winning.
No, I guess even here I'm still losing.
You're still losing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a great game. What happened? Yeah.
Okay.
Yevgeny, even when you say lose this game, it's still so much to learn for us because of your understanding. That's very important. So let's go for the next game, shall we?
Okay. Yeah. Next one is gonna be Gaurav 306.
Gaurav 306. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's white again. C4. Yes, that's interesting. Let's see if Yevgeny makes better use of his time. Yevgeny, have you muted? He can't hear me. Okay. Knight c3. Oh, this attack, this Karl Mikanas opening e5, knight d7. Knight e4 is the main line, but he goes knight d7. Well, it's always dangerous to play a grandmaster after he's lost a game. Always very focused. You know, they don't take their losses easily. So it'll be interesting to see. f4. And now knight f3 and bishop d3. Maybe just continue. Yeah, Soham, congratulations for your win. I think this is the first win by any player in a Blitz challenge. So that's, of course, a nice feeling. h4. Oh, guys, bishop into h7. This is Greek gift. Bishop h7, king h7, knight g5. I think he will play it. Here. h4 is Evgeny playing for tricks. Yeah, he takes it. Now knight g5. This is going to be fun to analyze with him. King h7, knight g5. If bishop g5, hg5. That's the point of keeping your rook on h1 and playing h4. So he's thinking, Gaurav, come on, take the bishop. You can't really not take the bishop. The real test is to take it and then fight. Let's see what happens then. Maybe it will just result in a very quick mate. So King h7, knight g5. Can you go king h6? Then f5. I think Evgeny is just feeling that position more than calculation. He just knows that it should work. Gaurav is thinking king. Oh, yes, he takes it. Okay, good. Knight g5. Now king g6. Oh, he takes. Now king g8, queen h5 is a mate, right? There is no way to stop that mate because f6 or f5 is met with g6. So you go with the queen here. So you must, if you go back there. Oh, what did he play? He played king g6. Okay, he comes up. How is the... Oh, Evgeny has found the mate. Queen h3 was the move. And now queen h7 mate. Oh, he was really in this quick mode. Look at the time he's taken. 13 seconds. F5. What a... Evgeny, would you call this one of the prettiest checkmates of your chess career?
No.
Online chess career.
Okay, I mean, this was just a very typical idea. And his problem was that he played very passively in the opening and he wasted too much time. Like, even starting from knight d7, after knight d7, black is already much worse.
Ah,
Knight d7 is not the move that you want to go play. Yeah, because after d4, he still has to go for c5. He has to play this. But yeah, after he plays c6, it's almost game over.
what should
Because
he do
now
here instead of
he
c6?
should play c5, yeah, but
c5.
this is not a good position for him anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so the main move here is knight e4, right?
Yeah, knight e4 and here, I mean, this is just like a very complicated position.
Yeah, this is well-known theory now. Knight f3 is a move, d4 is possible, and you
Yeah.
can study this. So knight d7, d4, c6, f4, bishop
Yeah, and
e7.
this position is already quite lost, I think. After bishop d3, like, he's just not on time.
I was
And here,
surprised that actually you played h4 here. Maybe in a classical game you might have taken on d5, yeah?
yeah, but I just wanted to go for that bishop takes h7 sacrifice. Because after h4, like, he has to go h6, yeah.
Yes.
And here I would probably take on d5.
And now you would take, but yeah, you wanted to gamble it a bit, and it's not like a big gamble because it's like h4 doesn't weaken your position considerably, right?
Yeah.
So here bishop h7, and I thought, yeah, take knight g5, and let's just quickly run through the lines. If king g8,
Then queen h5. And the problem is that if he goes through k8, I have queen h7 check, queen h8 checkmate.
and if he takes on g5 here, you take with the h pawn, and then after
Yeah, and there is no
f5.
defense. Like, he has to move the f pawns, and I play g6.
Very typical. There is no way to stop queen h8.
Yeah. Okay.
And just takes, and this was queen h3 was the final nice accurate move, and f5. Queen h7 also mates, but f5 mating with the pawn is always special. Okay, so we have completed 5 games. Evgeny has 4 wins, 1 loss. Let's see one more. Evgeny, shall we go for one more?
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna play versus Arunawa.
Okay. Where is Arunawa? Okay. Oh, today is like no e4 games for Evgeny. He's playing g6, bg7. It's like interesting to learn some new stuff. d6. Let me guess his moves. Okay, how many moves can I guess? e5. Oh, knight c6 first. e4, e5. Yes. d5. Then he will go knight e7. Oh, knight d4. Okay, both are possible moves. Knight d4. Okay. Bishop e3, maybe. Yeah. Now what do you do? Bishop g4. Yeah. Knight e2. Oh, bishop f3. Take with the bishop. c5. I wouldn't have played that move. That's a surprising move. c5. Okay. Let's castle now with white. What shall we do? I think castle looks normal. Oh, or you can take d into c6, but then b into c6 and then c5 anyway. You want to bolster that knight there. c5. Well, Arunava is thinking for his move. Who is Arunava? Shall we just check his profile once? He castles. Okay, that's a good move. Picture. Arunava Bhattacharji. Okay. His name is Arunava. Bishop e2. Okay, I like this move. And Evgeny went knight f. Oh, he went knight f6, bishop e2, castles. Look at this knight. Yeah, this knight is a beast. And if you take it, he takes back with the pawn, and then he has a passer. Queen d2. Knight d7. Okay. He's planning f5 in this position. Maybe white can go f4. I know it does weaken, like after e into f4, it does open up the dark squares. I mean, he's playing a dark square strategy here. Very nice. I mean, oh, knight b5. Knight b5, queen e7, defending, keeping things compact. Black was not going to take knight into b5. He's not going to give up that knight on d4. Queen e7. b4. Does that lose a pawn after knight e2, queen e2, cb4? Okay. Okay, first push the knight away. Knight c3. Yeah, it loses a pawn here. I don't like this way. b4 was a little too rash by Arunava. Knight a3 and cb4. Yeah, take on b4 should be good, because then you can also, after cb4, put your knight on c5. Yeah, b4 was a little bit too soon. Knight c5. Quick decision. Yeah, e4 is hanging. Knight d4, ed, bishop d4, knight e4. Yeah, and then you take on d4, then queen takes, then you put your knight back on c5, and you have like this, oh, brilliant knight against this not so brilliant bishop, and then you slowly grind him out. Yeah, nice. I like Evgeny's style. I'm actually a big fan of his play. Anyway, I was, even before first time he came to ChessBase India, I was a big fan, and now even more. How about b3 now? Does that work tactically? b3, I like it. Rook b1, you have always knight c3. He keeps it simple. Rook into a3, knight c5. And yeah, the knight protects b7, a6. And now you can play rook e8. Just double, like go in, rook e5, bring the other rook. Knight is taking care of everything on the queen side. No one can touch it. The bishop can't touch the knight. This is just ideal. And look at the time. Evgeny has so much more time. King f8. Now bringing the king in. I think he wants to put his king on f6. I think king g7, king f6, king e5 would have been better perhaps. But then always when king goes to f6, there's rook f1 check. So he didn't do that. And he's not picking up that pawn on e4 because b7 would be exchanged, and just pushing his pawn a4, and now rook a3 check. Not wasting time. Very quick. Maybe we'll have time for one more. Like Gukesh played 6, and I think Evgeny might play 7 today because, oh, well played Evgeny. That was a smooth win once again, and you're just hardly taking any time on the clock.
Okay, like it really depends on the position. Like the position was very straightforward. That's why I didn't really have to like single for a long time.
Any critical moments you felt in the game that are worth discussing?
Yeah, like whenever I played c5, it was actually quite an important moment. Like this is still some theory. Like people still play it. And after c5, like it's very important for white to take dc.
Okay. And if I
And now
take
I
back?
take bc. Yeah, now white just castles, and I would just go king e7, knight e7. Yeah, and then yeah, like at some point I will play c5, but in this case, like at least the knight on d3 like has that d5 square. Like he will be able to promote before maybe, and like he has a pair of bishops, and now f5 is harder to promote because like in that case, white might take it, yeah, and open up the bishop. So this is like a very typical position. I would say that like it's around equal.
Okay.
But after he doesn't take on c5, like the position is probably still equal, but the problem is that my knight on d4 is extremely strong, and he's never going to be able to take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's important to take on c6.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
once your knight sits here, it's always like whenever he takes it, you get a, like you can even take with the e pawn and get a
yeah.
protected passer.
So he doesn't really have a lot of ideas. That's his problem.
Yeah,
He
and I
played
think
before, which
b4 was
was
a bit
yeah.
rash. Yeah.
After before, he's almost losing already.
Yeah, I like how you were not so keen on keeping your pawn in general. Like people would go like knight c2 or knight e2, but you were like, take these pawns, I will take on e4, I'll exchange, and I'll have a good knight versus bad bishop.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
quickly do
After
you make such decisions? I mean, this decision here of not moving your knight on d4, did you consider something else here at this point, or?
yeah, but the thing is, like, if I take on c2, like, yeah, I'm still much better, but it's not winning. Like, my bishop on g7 is stuck. So, like, why would I keep any bad pieces on the board? Like, if I can go knight c5, and I think after knight c5, he had to go f3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And then eventually
but
you may have to take, or you may.
yeah, I wasn't really sure. I was even considering like a5, and
Yes,
then
yes,
like whenever he
I know.
takes everything,
Knowing you well now, I think you may even give back the pawn to
and
get
here
this.
f5.
Oh, f5. Yeah,
So yeah, and then maybe queen e5 at some point. So
nice.
yeah, I mean this position should be like very close to winning because like the
Yes,
knight on c5 is extremely strong.
it's a monster with this majority which you can
Yeah,
push.
yeah,
Oh, great. So he took, and then yeah, this is just easy. You converted it quite well and pushed the pawn and won.
yeah.
Okay,
Like
so
yes, the bishop is too bad here.
too bad. So Evgeny, usually we have 6 games. Today you played
Okay.
already 6. Do you want to play one last because you finished couple
Yeah,
of last 2 games very quickly? So
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
can we can fit in one
Let's
more.
play one more.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna play versus Sidharaja.
Okay.
Sidharaja Gadesh. Yeah.
Oh, Siddharth Jagdish. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. By the way, he's a young talent from Singapore. One of he's rated around 2350. I don't think Yevgeny got that in. Oh, he's white. He's white. He's white. And again, we have this English. Oh, Siddharth has played this. We are seeing A5. Oh, Siddharth has already prepared or what from the first game. Siddharth Jagdish. By the way, Siddharth is from Singapore, one of the biggest talents over there. Let me just check. What is this, Siddharth? Is he giving up a pawn? Knight a4, e4. Oh, is this some kind of opening preparation? Maybe Evgeny is going to be facing some opening prep, yeah? Or no? I just want to show you guys who is Siddharth. Yeah, Siddharth Jagdish here. He is from Singapore. He is 2320, born in 2007. Okay, nice. Let's see what happens. He's a pawn down, guys, already. I don't know if he, but I am sure he played it with some thought, yeah? Giving that pawn. Knight c3. What's the plan? I mean, it's, you have space, but Is this really so critical? BD6 and now queen h4. Everyone in the chat, Samay Professor. What is Samay Professor? Oh, he's going to teach on an academy. Wow, amazing, amazing. Samay, that would be fantastic. Okay, f4 is played here in this position. I want to see how Evgeny actually is a pawn up but has some space disadvantage. How does he fight against Siddharth? Because Siddharth is one of these talents, and he also did the Chuchelov course recently of strategic balance. So he's definitely all charged up, all prepared. F4 is an interesting move. It's like saying, if you want to checkmate me on the king side, I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to block your bishop, and if you take here, it will just activate my pieces. So bishop c5. And how should we continue here with white? D3 doesn't look good at all. I mean, D3 means you are weakening, and this is a move that Yevgeny would never play. Bishop c5. He's thinking for his move. Queen c2, but now just f5. Just keeping a control. Is the extra pawn more important or the space? That is the question. Queen e7. Bishop b2. I want to play bishop f5, but then g4 may be some issues some point. And I can go rook f e8. He goes rook d8. The question is what to do with all these pieces. And this rook is also active. I already feel like white should be... Maybe this c2 square should be freed for the knight somehow. Oh, he plays what? Rook f2? Okay, rook f2. Maybe he wants to play bishop f1 there. Yeah, rook f2. Yeah, Kakali Paul. Nice. Nice one. By the way, now a2 pawn is hanging. So, have to be careful. But look, f5, f6. f5, f6 is possible. Will he take this opportunity to play f5, f6? Or no? Yes, he takes it. He takes it. This is maybe not what Siddharth would have wanted, because he could have played f5 and stopped that plan from happening. But now he takes on a2 and f6. This is play flowing in c4. Now bishop into f6 is coming. Ooh, and the bishop on a2 is trapped. Things have gone wrong for Siddharth, I feel. Yevgeny has somehow managed to activate his pieces. He can go g3, knight g2, knight h4. Everything looks in control, under control for him. Yeah. What to do with black? I am not sure. Rook d6, okay. But now this bishop is trapped. So even a move like bishop c3, does it work? a2 is hanging. Bishop c3 just sort of wins a piece, no? Or, I mean, you have to be a bit careful about knight b4 jumps and all, but yeah, bishop c3. I was thinking knight b4, bishop b4, or maybe knight b4 he'll just play queen b2. I'm now like trying to think like Yevgeny. Just calm. And Siddharth is actually down on time. Yeah, knight queen b2, I think. Because bishop b4, rook a2 also seems equally good. But then d2 pawn hangs in some lines. Oh, he takes. Oh, I've still not mastered the way to play like Evgeny, yeah? Okay. Rook d8. Oh, there's some pressure on d2. I don't think it should be enough in by any sense of imagination. Queen b3. But still, it splits. It splits. So you never know. Rook takes, rook takes. Knight c2. Bishop c5. Yeah, queen c3 maybe, and then knight d4, and then knight f5. And I the one thing which I have really admired is that how he converts better positions. Maybe knight d4 here, knight d4, bishop d4, queen d2. So knight d4, rook d4 is there. Ah, rook d4, e d4, queen d4. Oh, he takes on f6, and rook c2. What is he prepared? Did he have this in mind, or did he blunder a piece? Oh, he picks up on c. Nice, 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 nice. Too good. Too good. King g7, queen g5 check. And yeah, queen into e4, queen d2, and queen e8, queen f7. That is game over. Mate, what a game, Yevgeny. What a game. I think you were under pressure after the opening. Yes, a little bit of pressure, but then f5,
He actually
f6.
went for a very interesting line. I've seen it before. I'm not sure if it's such a good line for black, but it's interesting for sure.
Do you know whom you were playing?
No.
He's from Singapore. He is just 13 years old and he's 2320. He has, I guess, 2 or 3 IM norms. Very young,
Oh,
talented player.
nice.
So
Yeah.
I am sure that
Okay.
he had prepared this line a5, a4, because it's like you can't really blunder a pawn like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I've seen it before. Like it's some theory, but what you have to understand whenever you're playing such lines with black, you have to make sure that you know how to play for the like next 7 moves from here. Because if you know only a couple of moves, like it's just not gonna work out. I'm still have like a healthy like extra pawn, and yeah, like at some point, like my pieces are gonna be maybe like awkward, but like that's a whole pawn,
Yeah, you
and it's not like
Siddharth
my pieces are
says
bad.
Siddharth says that just prepared when I saw the previous game he played. So you were playing the first and he prepared this line and he was like, "Oh, if I get a chance to play Evgeny, I'm going to try this line." Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, this line is probably good for black, but you have to be like more prepared to play it. Because I think the d5 is good, but knight takes c3 is already not a good move.
Ah, taking on c3 is not good.
Yeah, I mean he has a lot of different moves here. I'm not sure. Like you have to check it with an engine. Like bishop e6 looks quite logical.
Ah, but doesn't it lose a pawn? Is there a good discovery?
I'm not sure, but it's like doesn't feel right for white. Like I feel like black should be good. It should be fine here.
Okay. So he took, and at this point, basically after
Yeah, and bishop d6 also is way too slow.
he's slow. Okay.
Yeah, because now I play f4 and he doesn't want to take on f3 because I just
Yeah.
take back with the knight. And then in this case, yeah, like the bishop on d6 is out of play. Now the idea is very simple. I just want to get my bishop to b2, play c4, activate the bishop, and then rook f2, g4, knight g2, and that's how I'm going to activate my knight. And I'm going to
Oh.
start pushing my pawns on the king side.
So you had it all figured out. I was under the impression that after here, if he went f5, somehow I felt like black had space and it was not so easy for you to wriggle out.
Okay, here, I mean, the position is almost losing for black.
Really?
The reason why is that,
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
like I'm just gonna go h3 and g4, and then like at a very comfortable moment I will play c4, and I don't even have to put my knight on g2. I can put my rook there, and since my bishop on b2 is gonna be super strong, you're not gonna be able to really like get rid of the bishop. It's gonna be very hard. I mean, okay, it's not losing, but you have to like be very precise with black to not lose the game in like 10 moves.
So you don't feel like kind of, oh, my knight is doing nothing, my rook is a little bit passive. You are like, what is there in the position already with g4 is already good enough for me to get my play going.
Yeah, and like you should not forget that I'm still up a pawn.
Yes.
Like those positions are usually good even like when the material is equal. But here I'm up a pawn and like I still have those ideas. The problem for black is that black that doesn't really have like a clear plan.
By the way, Siddharth says he should have taken queen into d5 instead of knight d5. That's what the engine suggests.
Ah, yeah. Queen takes d5.
Just to show the
Yeah,
viewers.
queen takes d5 is a much better move. Yeah.
Here, take with the queen. And then maybe you would take.
Yeah, I would take and play knight c3. I mean, still like this position, it's hard to play with black.
I would say, Siddharth, it's a
Up a
good
pawn.
idea to play this against some lower rated player. But against Evgeny, it's a little dangerous because he's the kind of opponent who will make you grovel if you're down on material. You know, he's positionally very sound, so perhaps not the best idea to play this gambit with him.
Yeah, because the problem is that if you don't keep up your initiative, in that case, I'm just gonna be up a pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, this
Here
this
he
you got.
blundered at
Yeah,
5
this was not a good idea. And yeah, I was saying, now I know Yevgeny well. He's not going to give his opponent any counterplay, and he's going to play queen b2, and then you actually took on b4. So I was a little bit.
Yeah, but I took some time here. I took like 10 seconds here.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
So yeah, I wasn't sure, but then I calculated and I decided then he doesn't really have any counterplay. So that's why I went for it.
Okay, maybe here rook
My
b6
bishop
is what you were concerned about.
Yeah, something like rook b6, and I just calculated bishop takes b4 one more time, and I made sure that he doesn't have any counterplays there, because my knight always goes to c2 and defends e3.
Mm-hmm.
And like rook on f2 and bishop on e2, they're communicating quite
you
well.
mean in the game? Okay, so
Yeah,
bishop
game,
b4 takes here, and then yeah, this was what you saw. Knight c2 is coming in, and everything is fine for you.
Yeah, but after bishop c5, I think bishop f1 was more precise, because after I played queen c3, I missed rook c2. I mean, it's still completely winning for me, but you know, it's still a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, like, it still requires some technique. But if I played bishop f1, it's just completely winning.
And here, yeah, you spotted this again tactics. I think, Evgeny, what I would say is that you are like in the garb of positional chess, like very strong, and everyone would imagine you to be positionally very strong. But you have this really good tactical eye as well, and wherever there are tactics, you spot it. And I think this is true about every strong positional player, right from Petrosian to Karpov to everyone, that they are tactically very alert.
Yeah, like there is a huge stereotype, for instance, about Petrosian. Like many people thought that he was like super solid, like very positional player, but like no one even assumed that. I mean, he was a great tactical player. Like he would calculate the lines extremely well. Like that's why it was actually hard to play against him. Like he would play like very like positional solid chess, but whenever like the time comes to like tactics, he would calculate everything perfectly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I guess that's true about you as well. Evgeny, what an instructive session today. You playing 6 wins, 1 loss. That, but
it was a good game. Like he deserved a win. It's not like a blunder.
Absolutely.
I mean, I did blunder, but he played extremely well.
Exactly. And I think all of the games today were very high quality. I'm going to write a report on this, trying to explain to people what I learned today, because seriously, this was high quality stuff, and I'm so privileged to be seeing these games and also discussing them with you after they are done. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for inviting me. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, and I want people. By the way, this was your opponent. I was just showing them who he was, and I really would like. By the way, I read your Instagram story that until Evgeny doesn't reach 1,000 subscribers, he won't stream. I mean, his first stream would be after he reaches 1,000. So guys, 701. He needs 300, 299 to be precise. So I'm actually very very keen that he reaches 1000 and starts his uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna start
streaming.
posting videos as well.
Oh, you'll post
So yeah,
videos.
guys, yeah, I just sent the link to my YouTube channel in the chat.
Can you just write something, Evgeny? Maybe you won't be able to post the link. So if you can just type hi, I would make you the moderator, and I then you can share the links. By the way, so Ayushi Sharma says loved it. She loved this session. Soham Kamotra
Thank you.
says when will Evgeny start streaming on YouTube? He's a treasure of knowledge. And also, I think your opponent, Siddharth Jagdish, said, I thought that I thought it was a novelty, so it would be hard for him to play, but he was way too well prepared. Guys, did you enjoy this stream or not? Let us know in the comments, and also please make sure that you subscribe to his channel. Wow, 732 coming closer. I think, Evgeny, you need to start preparing the material to post. Tonight will be the day when you will
Yeah.
cross 1000.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yes, that would be wonderful. And thanks once again for coming, and see you soon. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And everyone have a good day.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye. What a session we had today, guys. What a session. It was something brilliant. I mean, even to summarize what we learned today. So, what I do is, once whatever I learned from Gukesh's games, Gukesh scores 6 out of 6 in his Blitz challenge on Play Chess. I have written an entire report with all the games and all the key moments that from where I learned something from Gukesh, and you can go and check it out. Yeah, please check it out with all the analysis that I learned from. And this I'm going to do with Evgeny as well, because I think it was so amazing the way he played. I hope that you liked it. Lakshita's chess channel says it was brilliant. Thanks a lot to both of you. Fantastic. Siddharth says great session by a great positional player. Evgeny, a gem of a player. Saswat says such a class player, future Karpov. Nice. Ipsa Kashyap, awesome session, enjoyed it. And so cool, so cool. Wasn't there Queenie 1 after wasn't there Rookie 2 Queenie 1? No, I think Paul it was white to move always. There was no time to play this Queenie 1 check because it's always white to move, and he mated. So yeah. Yeah, AD is waiting. So let me finish this and go and head over to AD's channel. It's his birthday today, and I have promised him to be there. But guys, please make sure that you subscribe to Evgeny's channel. 750 subscribers. Let's make it reach 1000 tonight. I will be putting in the link in the description. So do follow it. Until then, goodbye. See you. Take care. Bye bye. By the way, RK, just chessbase.in. There's no need to go for the link. Just go to chessbase.in. You will find it there.